What's up, everybody? Can you hear me okay? Hey, Axolotl Kid, what is up? Welcome. Thanks for liking the live. It might be a quiet day today. Doesn't seem like I got a lot of traction out there. Well, we'll see what happens, right? Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Scott. Hope everyone's having a good day today. We are just hanging out here in the old podcast area. How are you? What's everyone up to these days? What's going on? What's the his apps? Sab said I'm KO. No, crashing out. I crash out every time someone calls me Kevin Owens, but only once. Only once, Sab. I can't keep crashing out. That's a little too much there, friend. Too much. Why does my hat look all weird? Why does my hat look all weird? Why does it look all weird? Sab. No, Sab. You get one shot. That's it. That's all you get. But I hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. And as I step out of frame here to do this real quick. Why do you have to be so handsome, Mr. Kevin Owens? Well, thank you. That is the nicest compliment I've received all day. Thank you for the follow, bearded wrestler. Close, Axolotl Kid, close. My name is Jay Cal, and every single Tuesday I come in to talk NWA with you, my hashtag NWA fam. But the hour before, we go live on TikTok and YouTube, and we just talk a little wrestling, any wrestling. Last night, Gunther, Das Ring General, just became the WWE World Champion for a second time. Oh, damn, he just said I look like Kevin Owens, and I'm crashing out. Oh. Yeet or no yeet, Sab? Yeet or no yeet? That's what I'm saying. That's all I know. He wasn't eating last night. You know what? I like Mr. Jey Uso. Oos. He's not my Oos, but he is a Oos. I like him, but unfortunately, he should never have had a long title run. And I think the WWE, it's so frustrating because you almost had it right. You almost had it right with Jey Uso, and there's still opportunity to make things right. But the first thing they should have done with Jey Uso is he should have lost the belt to Logan Paul. Ira, hello. What is going on, Ira? As much as I like Jey Uso, he is not supposed to be a long-time champion. He is supposed to be a guy that wins the belt multiple times. Last night was a good sign of what's to come. Jey Uso should lose the title, and he should regain it. That's what should happen with Jey Uso. He should have held it for very long. Like, he reminds me a lot of Diamond Dallas Page right now. He reminds me of Diamond Dallas Page, and I mean that in the most positive way. Diamond Dallas Page became world's heavyweight champion in WCW because he was over. But he didn't need to hold the belt all the time. He could come back to it. Jey Uso won the title, awesome. Had a great feel-good moment at WrestleMania. If he would have lost to Logan Paul at, Backlash, no problem. Because then he could have gained it back. Gunther should have beaten Logan Paul to win the title, and then Jey Uso comes and beats Gunther again. Rinse, recycle, repeat. And you could put other people in there. It doesn't necessarily have to be Gunther or Logan Paul. It could be Seth freaking Rollins. It could be Seth Rollins. Ronaldo Ronaldo or Messi? I'm not a big football fan, so sorry, E-Ray. I don't have a vote for you on that one. Ooh, got too close to the monitor there. Whoopsies. Let's see if I can bring this closer. Nope, can't. Ronaldo or Messi? Yeah, I'm not a big football guy. Sorry, guys. Uh, Wrestling, baseball, Marvel Comics universe, Star Wars. I can talk all day about any of that stuff. Sab, you said Astros? Oh, man. So I hope everyone's having a good day today. It's Tuesday. Well, Steve says that bottom line Triple H doesn't care for Jey Uso. And I would say no. I don't agree with that because he would not have put him over at the Rumble, and he would not put him over Gunther to win the title. If he didn't believe in Jey Uso, he wouldn't have put Jey Uso in that spot. You guys, I honestly believe that Triple H is taking the playbook of WCW and Diamond Dallas Page. They put Jey Uso in that position because Jey Uso needs to be the everyman. Jey Uso is the everyman. The fans still going nuts for Jey Uso. This isn't about Daniel Bryan, like the Daniel Bryan movement. This is bigger than that. Jey Uso is organically getting over with the WWE crowd. This is so much like Diamond Dallas Page and WCW. You had Sting, you had Warrior. Not Warrior. I mean, you did, but he didn't count. You had Sting, you had Hogan, you had Nash, you had Goldberg, right? And people were chanting for DDP. It's so similar. It's the 1990 game plan. But Steve, that's the whole thing. He's not going to be the elite champion. He is not Roman Reigns. You have Roman Reigns. He is not Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? Like, this is what Triple H sees with Jey Uso is DDP, not Goldberg. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Sab, if you're an Astro fan, you should put the S before the T. Astros. Astros. There, no, you still got it. Russell Rant, what's up, brother? Save me. Russell Rant gave me a heart on TikTok. Thank you. I feel weird about that. Snoop Dogg or Eminem? Ah, gosh. Eminem never rapped for the president, so I'm going to say Eminem. Sab, it's ASTRO. Or you can add an S into it. You're saying Ators. It's Astros. And yeah, I mean, the Astros they've won games, that's for sure. Steve, oh man, I wish we could talk about this more. I wish we had an open dialogue so I could hear your point of view. I know it's harder to type it out. I wish I could hear what your thought is, because you know who I think Triple H didn't like? Braun Strowman, and I think that's why he got released, right? I don't see Triple H putting let's see. Drew McIntyre had like a run as world champion for 20 minutes and then got cashed in on. Sami Zayn still hasn't won a world title. Let's see. Who else is on the roster that I think would be title worthy? Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens never, he had that short run with the world title, never got a real big push. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, right? I'm just trying to think of who else. Sab, I'm not a big Astros fan. I'm an Angels fan. So your Astros to me are like rivals, and I don't really pump up the rivals, you know what I mean? But thank you for hanging out in the chat, man. If you want to talk wrestling, I could do that with you. Basically, Triple H is not a fan of faces. Let's see. He put Cody Rhodes in a year-long run as World's Heavyweight Champion and had that entire build from his injury all the way to winning the title back as a run as... Steve, you and I agree on a lot of things. This is not one of them. I think that WWE booking is the WWE booking is the machine that is building up. You know who? Okay, I think we can both agree that Triple H isn't a fan is Karrion Kross. We haven't seen Karrion Kross pushed in any kind of significant matter. I'm an Atros fan, bro. So you talking about my team, bro? Sab, I enjoy you being in here, but gotta stop, or I'm gonna give you the old boot. The old boot, or as they say in Canada, let me give you the boot. Hey Bethany, how you doing? Newport or oh wait, Neymar? I don't know what that is, Ire. I'm sorry. Is Cross in the King of the Ring tournament? That's a great question. Bethany, I'm doing all right. This is Tuesday. Tuesdays are usually my busy streaming days. I today I will be online for a total of 5 hours streaming. I just finished an interview with a wrestler out of the Northeast from New Jersey. His name is Marvelous, and he'll be challenging for the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiator Heavyweight Championship on June the 28th. Then I'm here on TikTok right now and on YouTube. I'm streaming simultaneously, and I'm doing both simultaneously. And then at 2 o'clock, I go and do my YouTube show called The Pre-Party with J. Cal, where we talk about the NWA wrestling. And then at 4 p.m., I have another interview with Diget Bendez from Ohio. Not Bendez. Diget Bondez. I need to get the name right before I interview him from Ohio Valley Wrestling. And that's at 4 p.m. On the West Coast, 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Alliance Blog. And then I have another interview with a West Coast wrestling promoter at 7 p.m. tonight. So very busy day for your boy Jay. It's a total of 5 hours. And that's more than I've ever streamed before. Devin Daly, that's right. XCII. See, Double D, when are you going to come and start doing your own podcast again? Because I think it's time to bring it back. Oh, thank you, Double D. Thanks for the kitty cat. It doesn't show up in the studio, but I'm sure it looked cool on the screen. But yeah. Bert, oh God, on YouTube they're calling me Bert Kreischer. I hate that guy. No, I have my shirt on, thank you very much. Let's see. Steve G saying something. Basically triple. Okay, yeah. Jay, you're gonna get an interview with Johnny Robbie. Steve G, yeah, she'll talk to me. Hey, it's Mad. What's going on, Mad? Sab, you didn't make me mad. You're blasting the chat, bro, and I can't have that. Other people want to talk. It's all good. You can hang out and you could post a little bit, but don't spam the chat or I'll have to mute you again. J Val, close. At least you didn't call me Kevin Owens, then I crash out. There it is. There it is, Mad. How you been? Sabby, you're fine, brother. Maybe after baseball season ends, I'll make a show. I don't always have an open night with coaching. Good point, Double D. I understand. But hey, that's why Saturdays are fun. Look, the Alliance blog could be on 6 days a week. We'll do a Double D show. So yesterday, and this is conversations literally just for Double D right now, but you're all allowed to be involved with it. Yesterday, the idea was pitched during the other Alliance guys live stream of doing a 24-hour Alliance blog, Alliance guy, the other Alliance guys pre-party stream. And oh man, I'm thinking about it because we could stream on all platforms. Devin and Devin show. Double D, that'd be funny. Mad, oh, see, you're in the same boat. Steve G and I are talking about this on YouTube. So I'll reset it and hopefully you'll either agree with me or disagree with me and we can talk about it. But when it comes to Gunther, Gunther needs the world heavyweight title. He is the ring general, all that good stuff. He's the guy, right? He is the guy. And where you have this show with the Universal Undisputed Championship, all of that, that title is very prominent and very important to the show of pro wrestling. But the title that Gunther has is very much the wrestler's title. And the way that I see it is he should predominantly hold that title. He is by far the best wrestler in the company. Now, that's not to say that there aren't other talented individuals. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Logan Paul. All these guys are very important to the brand. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. All these guys should be in the hunt for the world title. Sami Zayn. All these guys. But I think Gunther should kind of be like the Ric Flair of the WWE Championship. He loses it, he wins it. He loses it, he wins it. That's my personal opinion, right? And with that being said, you know, Gunther should lose that title to people who are similar to Jey Uso. And by that, I mean, so Jey Uso, in my mind, Jey Uso is like the DDP of the modern day WWE. He literally comes out in the audience, right? He has a catchphrase, you know, DDP did this, bang, Jey Uso goes this, yeet. I mean, it's so similar. And you guys can tell me, nah. You know, Jey Uso was known as a tag team wrestler for years. DDP was known as a manager, a mid-card manager for years. When DDP won the World Heavyweight Championship, he was probably the most over guy on the roster. And this was during the time of Goldberg, Sting, Hogan, Nash, Lex Luger, Hall. You know, DDP was bang, over, so over. And Jey Uso similarly is so over. The parallels are there. And Steve G and I were arguing about this on YouTube, but I think I'm right on this. And he's so over right now that the fans are getting behind him. But he's also the everyday guy. He's not the limo riding, you know, he's not Ric Flair, right? He's DDP. He's not Hulk Hogan, he's DDP. And I swear to God, if you watch Raw, go watch Raw again. He even had the body wrap because why? He's wrestling too much as world champion. He's not taking care of himself because he's out there fighting for the everyman. I feel like it's Double D agrees with me. I love it. Double D agrees with me. So Jey Uso, being this modern day version of Diamond Dallas Page, is a guy who is predominantly known for something else. Got an opportunity, made the best of it. Is the most over guy on the roster. He won't be a one and done champion. I guarantee you that. He will hold that title multiple times, and it'll be a matter of time. Maybe it's SummerSlam. Maybe not SummerSlam. Maybe Survivor Series. Jey Uso will hold that title again, 100%. But I think Logan Paul should have been worked into there somewhere in the middle. Logan Paul's a guy who I feel like is Idiotic Central just called me KO. No, crash it out. I really do feel like Logan Paul should have had that title. Because what this title does is whoever touches it, even for a short reign, becomes legitimized. Once somebody holds that title, they instantly get credibility. So it doesn't matter who it is. It happened. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Let's see. Double D says King Sami Zayn defeats Gunther. Logan Paul dethrones Zayn. See, that works too. And look, you just built, right? You just built the next 5 pay-per-views, right? Because you've got, premium live events. Because you've got the King of the Ring happens as the next pay-per-view, right? In Saudi. My phone is blowing up from people all over the place. Sometimes I feel like we should just put them on blast, but then it might be important, and I don't want to have them online. Gunther is a double world heavyweight champion. Yeah, Idiotic Central. Yep. And I'm excited about that. Yeah, so you know, if I'm Trips, right? If I'm Triple H and I'm trying to book that title, because right now with John Cena's storyline, that it has to go the way it's going. But on the flip side, you can bring in So for the Night of Champions, I think that's where they're going to crown King of the Ring. If Sammy wins at Night of Champions, then he goes on to SummerSlam to challenge Gunther. If he beats Gunther, it's going to be a big deal because, again, Sammy's never held that title either. And in some ways, you can make that comparison, and Sammy and Jey Uso are almost the same guy. However, Jey Uso's way more over than Sammy is, right? So Sammy wins the title. Cool. He's got his first run with the World Championship. He is now considered legitimate. He can now, at that point, he can call his own shot. If he goes to Raw, he can challenge for the WWE Championship. If he goes to SmackDown, he can challenge for the Undisputed title. He is a made dude. And then, if you're right, having Logan Paul beat him. But then you got Seth Rollins, too, who's got that cash in. Is he going to cash in on the WWE Championship, the belt he made famous? Or is he going to go after Roman's title? And I still call it Roman's title because it doesn't matter if John Cena's holding it. That's Roman's title. So, and I think if you have Cena kind of go through, he's going to go through CM Punk. Eventually, Cody will get another match, right? Cena's not leaving with the title. He's not going to retire with the title. But if you could get Logan Paul built up on the other brand, if you can get Jey Uso another run with that belt, if you get Gunther, maybe Gunther's the guy that ends Cena's run as world's heavyweight champion. That would be freaking phenomenal. Then now you're talking about somebody who's got a Hall of Fame, like he just punched his ticket. That's just me. Double D, thanks for all the gifts, man. I didn't realize you sent me a rose. You sent me a goat. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I don't think Cena. I don't think Cena loses the title until probably November, maybe Survivor Series, and at that point, then he's got to play like he's got to flip the script. Got to go back to being a babyface. A 65-year-old grandma I work with fully believes Cena retires with the title. Soto's my guy. Thank you, Soto. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for hopping in for just a minute, even if it's just a minute. Oh, that's a hot take for our pal Idiotic Central over on YouTube. Just said Seth will fail his cash in. Whoa, you got that. That is something serious, right? If Seth challenges, let's say challenges Gunther. Oh, damn. I really was hoping for at the TLC, not TLC, Money in the Bank match. I was really hoping to see more of the confrontation between the Bloodline and Paul Heyman's new group, his new faction. I'm sorry we didn't get more of it. And I'm fine with how, Jacob turned on Solo. That was bound to happen. There's a pipeline of Samoan dynasty members that can be brought into the WWE for that. That'll be interesting to how that all plays out. But I really wanted to see Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker, and I wanted to see Jonah. They call him Braun. Excuse me, Bronson. I wanted to see Bronson and JC Mateo. I think that would have been a lot of fun. Jacob should have pushed Solo off the ladder instead of just grabbing him. That would have been, yeah, that would have been. So I agree. Look, there's so much there. Jacob Fatu is an untapped potential, and I think the WWE knows this. They're not going to rush anything. You got Braun Breaker, you got Bronson Reed, you got that JC Mateo, and the Bloodline versus Heyman's group can still happen just without Solo. I don't know. There's so much meat on that bone. Just when we were ready to write off this whole Bloodline faction, now it's about to get much more weird. And then where does Jimmy Uso fit into all this? Does he get brought back into it? Does Roman ever come back to claim the Bloodline? You still have Tama Tonga and his brother, and then there's always Zilla Fatu that everyone keeps talking about. There's so much meat on the bone. Let's see. Solo could never be a threat because he's never won any belts since he's taken over as tribal chief. That's true too. So that's true, Wrestle Rant. And as much as the problem with Solo is they just nerfed him. They went to make Solo Sikoa, like he started off as such a badass, a silent assassin. He was everything that Jacob Fatu really is. And then they nerfed him, and now he's a goofball. He's making a mockery during the Money in the Bank match. Instead of being a badass in the ring, he's like, it's just Solo to me is a wasted opportunity. That doesn't mean they can't rebrand it. They can't bring him back. They can't refresh it. But you're right, Russell Rant. They nerfed him. They've made him less interesting. All right, I got to get to these comments over here. Idiotic Central says Cena might retire with the title so the WWE can bring out a new WWE Championship because the Universal Championship being retired, the Undisputed title is only one title now and not two. That's a good point. Idiotic Central, like the whole history of the Undisputed title was that it was supposed to be two championships. And honestly, like that singular title is supposed to represent two different championships. If Cena retires with it, then they only fill the one title. I mean, I guess. I don't know. Russell Rant says, what's this thing I hear NWA is going head to head with NXT in July? Yeah, and that's the other part too. Ron Killings will not be in the NWA now. I mean, maybe after the fact, maybe afterwards. I would like to see Naomi come into the WWE Women's Champion, but the direction for her is Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Yeah. Kevin says, "Are you Kevin Owens?" Oh, crashing out! I'm not Kevin Owens. Let's get back to what Russell Rand says. What's this thing I hear the NWA is going head to head with NXT in July? Head to head is a term used wildly inappropriately. I don't know what's happening with this this NWA deal with Roku. The news broke today that on July 26th, and we'll spend a lot more talking about that in the next hour of the show. They are going to have their show on Roku. They haven't said what it's going to be called yet. They didn't say if it's a different program from Power. Currently, the NWA produces its own television type program on X called Power. We don't know if they're going to bring Power to Roku. I mean, because Power initially was on YouTube, then it was exclusive to Triller, then it was exclusive to CW, and now it's exclusive to X. So I don't know where any of that's going to end up. Thanks for the follow, Kevin. Appreciate you. I don't know where any of that's going to end up, but it sounds like it's going to be Power on Roku. But they haven't said anything official yet. So it's kind of hard to I love the NWA. You guys should know that I'm a NWA content creator. I'm trying to help build a community and a fan base for the National Wrestling Alliance. They don't give us enough to get excited about. Like, I won't be excited until July 26th when the first episode appears on Roku. And then we'll see. Idiotic Central asked me on YouTube, do you genuinely hate being called Kevin Owens? No, it's a gimmick. I don't care. People think I look like Kevin Owens when I take off my hat, right? I kind of have a similar haircut. I go like this. I kind of look like him too. And then I kind of sound like him a little bit. But Austin on YouTube says, yeet, Throwbilly Silas Mason. Yeah, Silas Mason's dope. It's my guy. What's not cooking, Kevin Owens? Oh, Kevin Owens. I'm not Kevin Owens. No, it's just something I do to be silly, guys. So many people think I look like Kevin Owens on TikTok and really everywhere. I've gotten it a lot of places. So I just roll with it. Miss Cal doesn't really care that I look like KO. Miss Cal just likes that I look like myself, much like I like the way she looks. I've never thought I had a celebrity look-alike until like the last 2 or 3 years when everyone thinks I look like Kevin Owens. And it's, look, this is kind of the in look for guys my age that have my body shape, so it works out well for me. You should sneak into a WWE arena and play it off as Kevin Owens. Yeah, maybe I'll get a neck brace, right? And I'll come in like, hey, it's me. Don't worry. Hey, Sammy, he doesn't think I'm Kevin Owens. What do you want me to do, huh? What's this all about? Awful. Terrible idea. Terrible impersonation. Terrible idea. But yeah, in the next hour, in the next 30 minutes, I do an entire live stream on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch where I talk about the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, if you're with me on TikTok right now, we just keep rolling, but I'm only going to be talking about NWA in the next 30 minutes. So if you guys want to talk WCW, MLW, AEW, United Wrestling Network, NWA, did I say AEW, AAA, CMLL, New Japan, I will try. Double D says your Kevin Owen voice is getting a lot better. Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like it's terrible. I've tried. I've tried to get better at it. I have. Maybe someday KO will check you out. That would be funny. Well, I'm convinced that if Kevin Owens comes to an autograph signing, I might just do the full look, right? The problem is, as I'm a 46-year-old man going to, a Cricket Wireless, wearing a Kevin Owens shirt, taping up my hands, taping up my hands and saying, Sammy, it's me. Sammy, it's Kevin Owens. I feel like that would be so cringe, I think is what the kids call it. So lacking of the Riz. I think my daughter would disown me, actually. Natalia Markova is the only person that is carrying the NWA event, even through the current NWA product, still sucks ass. Noob. I mean, that's saying a lot. I mean, I think Markova is great, but like you just said that Silas Mason isn't very good. You just said Spencer Slade isn't very good. There's a lot of good guys on the NWA roster. My problem with the NWA isn't the talent. It's with the long production turnaround time, and it's with some of the stupid stuff they do in it. Wow, we've got a couple people watching on TikTok. Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for all the follows. My goal on TikTok is to get to 3,000. Today, I stand at 2,745. If you are on TikTok and you are watching this, please like and follow. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Helps me grow my channel. Idiotic Central said, my mom told me when I was like 7, I looked like Kevin from Home Alone. Kevin! Wait. Is that? No? Okay, well. And Idiotic Central, how did that affect you as a young man? I had a friend who was a child actor, almost the same age as Macaulay Culkin. And he actually starred in a couple of movies. He was in starred is a strong word. He was in a couple of movies. He was in what was it? Toys with Robin Williams, and he was also in Kindergarten Cop. And he did a few episodes of Boy Meets World, and his parents stole all of his money. He should have sued him. Devin Double D says, Nikki Bella, welcome back to my TV. I was so unenthusiastic about seeing Nikki Bella on TV, and it seems like they're going to put her in the ring with Liv Morgan. I think that's a great way to go. I think Liv Morgan is really kind of made herself like the unofficial MVP of the women's division. We talk about that all the time. A talent who is like a Swiss Army knife. You could slot them anywhere. Kevin Owens, when he's healthy, you could put him in the opening match. You could put him in the main event. You will get a great match with Kevin Owens. He will make somebody look like $1 million. He will look like a monster. That's the sign of a great talent. And I think Liv Morgan can do that. She's done that. She held the women's world title for almost a year. She's held the tag team titles multiple times. And anytime they slot Liv Morgan into a feud, it seems to go over pretty well. Her role right now with the Judgment Day, she's kind of like the jealous girlfriend for Dominic, and she's kind of by proxy kind of running the Judgment Day. She really did take over Rhea Ripley's spot in the lineup. I think she's doing great. I think the WWE is better because of Liv Morgan. Toys is a great movie. Steve G says, Jeremy, you preparing for your 24-hour marathon? That's insane. Jeremy, I thought we were all going to do it. I didn't know it was just you. It didn't affect me because I love Home Alone. It's my favorite Christmas film. Nice. My favorite Christmas film in our house, it seems like it's Elf. I really do like Christmas Story. I grew up with Christmas Story. and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is certainly one of my favorites. Growing up, I was sad to hear that Chevy Chase is not as nice a guy as we thought he was. I am ready to do a 24-hour stream when Jay and the guys say the date. So, Jeremy, are you literally going to stream for 24 hours? Are you doing it, or are we all doing it? What do you want to do? Because if you want to do it, hell, Saturday's available. Go for it, brother. That's your mom's favorite is Christmas film is Elf. Yeah, Elf is good, man. Did you used to do reports on Facebook a few years ago? Andy, what do you mean by reports? What do you mean? Double D, you got it. I'm penciling you in, and we'll put you on the East Coast time, so it's not weird. Andy, what do you mean about do reports on Facebook? Like video or written? Because I've been writing about the National Wrestling Alliance for damn near 20 years. Like I've been doing it since 2006. What's up, Ringside Riley? Andy, the only videos that I've done were connected to my podcasts. So we did used to broadcast on YouTube, but I stopped doing that because my core audience is on YouTube and on TikTok, and I'd rather give my content to YouTube and TikTok than Meta. But yeah, we used to do I used to do my live stream every Tuesdays I still do a Tuesday live stream every Tuesday at 3:05 Pacific, or excuse me, 2:05 Pacific, 5:05 Eastern. We used to do it on Facebook, but not anymore. Well, hey, Andy, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. If I'm the guy you're thinking of, and if not, I'm sure they appreciate it. Jay, I'm giving Jeremy a hard time. Go for it. Oh, you know what? Jeremy enjoys the hard time, It's hard times, daddy. Jeremy enjoys those hard times, daddy. Oh, is that going to be like a watch along? Jeremy, is that going to be a watch along? Our buddy Soto does a really cool recap. He does a watch along on TikTok. You can't really do a watch along on YouTube, but he does a real brief recap every Tuesday or every Monday and Friday for Raw and SmackDown. If you want to see how he does it, I would highly suggest it. His is a real quick recap, like literally 60 minutes or 60 seconds. But if you want to do deep dives, maybe I can see if he's interested in doing it with you, or you can do it yourself, whatever you want. Jeremy's a made guy in the Alliance blog. If he wants to do a show about the Monday Night Raw, he can do it. Jeremy's made guy. But yeah, I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this Tuesday. Like I said, we are now in hour 2 of a 5-hour day for me online. I get it, Jeremy. I get it. Yeah, like I said, this is hour number 2 of my 5-hour day. Double D, look, I'm not kidding when I say this. We are creating a community here, right? The Alliance blog is more than just the NWA. Yeah, the NWA is my focus. The NWA is what I like to talk about. United Wrestling Network is what I like to talk about. But that doesn't mean that we can't add more content to the channel. On YouTube, there are 7 days in a week, and each day has 24 hours. I'm not against us having multiple streams a week. Oh, wow. Did I hit a goal? Someone sent me a gift? Oh, Andy, thanks for the heart, brother. And thank you, Double D, for that goat. You guys wrapped up my live goal achievement. I'm not going to change it now. Thanks for helping me get there. Double D. Well, it's telling me to set up a new goal. I don't even know if that is. I don't know what I did there. Andy says I missed Double D, man. Stop. Double D, you're gonna make me blush. Let's see. Finn does WWE. Hi, KO. Oh, crush it out. I'm not Kevin Owens. Uh, for those of you who don't know, your boy Jay will crash out during the live stream. This live stream, not the other ones. This live stream. If you call me Kevin Owens, I crash out. It's for fun and giggles. That's all. Let's see. Flipping. Where do I go next? Andy says, missed the late 80s NWA was simply the best. You know, Andy, I grew up in that era too. Like, I started watching Turner Broadcasting back in like 87, 88. We were one of the first families to get cable in the neighborhood. I live out here in Southern California. So when we had, TBS for the first time, like, I was mesmerized by the wrestling that I was able to see. Now, I've been watching wrestling since I was about 5 years old. And I remember we didn't order WrestleMania, but I saw the hype for WrestleMania. And we ended up watching it later on a VHS rental from Olympic Video. For those of you who grew up in Lakewood, California, like me, they're not existing anymore. But then, like from WrestleMania 2 to about WrestleMania like 16, I used to get every single WrestleMania. I know we're like WrestleMania 41 now. It's so bizarre to think about. But yeah, I was a young little boy. I loved watching the WWE. I later watched Glow, but then once we got TBS, then I was watching the NWA, Jim Crockett Promotions, and it was awesome. I would also start watching. I like I said, I watched Glow. We as a teenager, like 12 years old, I discovered that we got Global Sports Wrestling, or was it no Global Wrestling Federation on ESPN Sports. Then we'd also watch AWA matches, because they were also available like on ESPN Classic. And so I watched as much wrestling as I could, and I would even watch like Lucha Libre AAA and CMLL on our Spanish-speaking stations, because that's how much I enjoyed wrestling. And then when I got to be about 17, I discovered girls at my high school, and I stopped watching wrestling. I was right in the middle of the Monday Night War. I was like, whatever. And then the NWO brought me back, as it did for a lot of people, and I started watching wrestling religiously again. Took a break again when my first kid was born, and then got back into it the last few years. So I've never stopped watching wrestling, but I certainly have been spending more time watching the WWE and AEW lately. I've been to like 3 AEW pay-per-views and like 2 different TV tapings for AEW. Cal, you ever seen any of Blassie versus Victor, the Wrestling Bear matches? That's what got me into wrestling. No, Steve, I didn't. So I grew up, like I said, I grew up in the 80s with Jim Crockett Promotions and WWE. I mean, what really kind of solidified my wrestling fandom was Hulk Hogan, obviously. I was a big fan of, I'd be lying if I told you I loved the Horsemen. I hated the Horsemen. I liked the Steiner Brothers. I liked the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. I liked Lex Luger. I liked Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham. Like, it's weird when you think about it, how Double D's. All right, D, you the man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're making me blush over here. Double D says your dad ordered every WrestleMania growing up. Yeah, I mean, in WrestleMania, it's hard not to be excited about WrestleMania. I can understand people not ordering like Survivor Series or King of the Ring or, Backlash, but WrestleMania, even in the years that I didn't watch the WWE as much, I'd throw on WrestleMania when it was on, on Peacock. Like, I didn't watch wrestling. I hadn't watched a Monday Night Raw in a very long time until it came on Netflix, to be perfectly honest. And now, like, even now, I'll throw on NXT. I don't really watch SmackDown because I don't have cable and I don't watch USA. So not only that, but Nick Aldis could eat a bag of dicks. Ruby versus Big Mama would be a great match. There is a link in the comments on her interview that is for an event that she and Ruby had a match. Yeah, that was a good match. Let me say, that was a good interview with Ms. Big Mama. She was great. She is awesome, and I would like to see her appear more in the NWA. CG says there would be no WrestleMania without Starcades. Absolutely. The world's heavyweight champion, you ham set. Double D, you're like the little brother I wish I had. All right, let's see. Where are we? It is 1:50 Oh, Sean Mega crashed me out with the Kevin Owens. What's up, Sean? Am I following you, Sean? I meant to follow you last week. If I'm not, yeah, I'm following you. Cool. Good. Sean Mega is an elite class. You guys don't understand. Sean Mega, Jaden, Big Chris Dog, and DKM. We all go back to the old message boards on the NWA message boards, and that was a wild time too, man. Chris Drummond, we're going to talk about that in about 15 minutes. Come back. We'll come back. Who thinks you're anti-NWA? Big Chris Dog. He was at the Crockett Cup. Sean Mega, I was in my 20s. What are you talking about? Let's see. I think I might have had. So that was like in 2000, 2001, 2002. Anyway, I'm enjoying this Wrestle chat, guys. This has been a fun one. We're gonna, in about 10 minutes, we're gonna jump over onto the YouTube channel. So I'm about to say goodbye to you guys over here on YouTube who are watching live on the YouTube, whatever it's called, the YouTube Live app. And then we're gonna jump on and do the full show at the pre-party. And TikTok will hang out, hopefully. Although there's not a lot of people in my TikTok chat right now. I need the hours, so hang out. Double D, don't say goodbye. Say see you later. Johnny Robbie. I might lose my mind today. This is more talking than I normally do in a day. And I still have at least 3 more hours of it. Your boy Jay knows what to do. And then next week, we're going to probably have at least 1 more interview on Tuesday, maybe 2, just depends. So will the pre-party be moving its time back? Well, what do you mean? Chris, I guess I don't know what you mean by that. When is Power airing on? When is Power going to be dropping on the Roku? Hey, Bethany. If you're still here. Hey, what's up, Terry? All right, let's take the hat off for a little bit. 8:05. Oh, Chris, I didn't see that in the chat. I didn't see that in the press release. So 8:05. Bethany's gonna get a follow. I don't think I've followed Bethany. There it is. Choctaw. Hey, Bethany. Bethany, you're a wrestling fan, yeah? Chris will probably still keep the same time for the pre-party. I don't see a real overwhelming reason to change it. I don't think a lot of my viewers jump to X to watch Power anyways. And thank you to everyone who's been watching here on TikTok and on YouTube and joining in the chat with me. Bethany, wait, so is your husband and are we somehow on a family tree connected to Kevin Owens? Maybe that's it, and you're an OG Undertaker fan? Let's see. So for my birthday a few years ago, and I apologize if you guys see my butt. For my birthday a few years ago, my kids got me this. Because they know that I love wrestling, and they thought I loved The Undertaker. I don't love The Undertaker, but I'll take it. Don't forget to like. That's right, Steve G. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate everyone that was hanging out with me today. And we're going to go live. We're going to be back on YouTube in just a few minutes. I hope to see you guys there. And then for us on TikTok,